Credit Union in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Let's hear it for Ashley.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here, and yes, I'm blessed with bringing a future credit union member on the way, so in case anybody was wondering. I first want to start by thanking CUES, Currency, and DDJ Myers for managing and sponsoring this amazing competition. As we get started today, what I want to share with you is mapping the member experience. This project is very exciting for Legacy, and I'm excited to share what we're doing to support the credit union movement of people helping people. And the neat thing about this project is it's truly scalable to all credit unions. So today, we're going to hit some project highlights, but we're really going to talk about bottom line results because that's what's important to you.
You know, my family.
In order to tell you this, it's most important that an employee came with me because the employees share that passion of what it means to celebrate the member and the member experience. So today, I brought along Amy, and Amy's going to tell you her story.
You know, my family and I recently went on vacation. Well, while we were there, I became friends with one of the staff members at the resort where we stayed. She began asking me questions about rates and refinancing, and before we knew it, we were running numbers and realized that she could save over $200 a month. $200, that's huge. I mean, when you think about it, in today's economy, when the average consumer will go the extra mile just to save 5 cents on a gallon of gas, $200 is a pretty big deal. You know, I hadn't planned on taking my job with me on vacation. But when you love what you do, it goes with you everywhere you go.
Thank you, Amy. I couldn't have said it better than that. She says when you love what you do, it goes with you everywhere you go. Very similar to what Mark Twain told us long ago about the secret to success. What a Legacy, we agree with Amy and Mark, and we have 3 keys to success: passion, purpose, and performance. And when we talk about passion, it's all about the Amy's in the world. And the neat thing is, being in this room with you folks, just as we heard last night with all the award recipients, you all embody that spirit of passion. And that passion is what you can then pay forward to your members. So we have the key of passion with our people. We have the key of purpose, and that's really all about living out the mission and the member experience and really providing that mission living to your member. And then again, that drives performance. At Legacy, we're so supportive and sincere that we believe that these keys will drive performance, that we've set up our culture to support it. Our culture here, known as the Synergy Wheel model, depicts the behaviors that we use in order for our employees to be on the team. And what we say is these 10 spokes that are centered around our mission are the way in which we expect for them the behaviors they should exhibit in order to be on the team, because that's how we'll live out the mission. This is how we bring all of our people, our products, and our services together, and it's what's most important for us to drive bottom line results. We believe that the time we've invested, the energy, the effort, and the resources is truly going to help us live out our mission long term. So much so that we have the hypothesis that culture drives results, and today's project, Mapping the Member Experience, supports that hypothesis. So let's talk about the project, Mapping the Member Experience. You must first say, why did they do that? What was it all about? Well, it was all about living out the vision. Our vision is to positively impact lives, so it's important for us to support that. How did we do it? We're doing it by creating a model. And through the videos, you've seen stories about the model. We've started with our flagship location to really identify what does it take, what model do we need to build in the organization to then replicate throughout the company. This model, known as the member experience for us, is looking at our people, our processes, and our procedures. When we talk about the people, this is again aligning our talent to our culture. The strategic idea here is the model needs to be one that enhances the partnership between the leaders and the employees, and that together they support the mission. We have a number of results that are coming from that. This takes us to our first spoke, and I wish I could take you through our entire culture model and show you how it's all connected, but out of sake of time, we're going to highlight 2. The first spoke is teamwork. What we've done here with teamwork is we really identified from our employees the power of listening to what they have to say. We do it through a number of tools. We use an internal service survey. We do culture surveys, and we've developed formal internal communication. We've also empowered our employees, because when you create a model, you have to be really mindful to create consistency but not have rigidity. And so we're really taking our employees through that empowerment and what it means for each individual member to live out that mission. The most important thing is that we're identifying formal recognition, because when you do something like this, you need to recognize and reward your employees for a job well done. We're recognizing them for new ideas, for synergy behaviors, and for member service. Here are some fun pictures. The first is our CEO, Ike Keener, who's here with me today, celebrating a department for a job well done. And it starts again with leadership at the top, and we have additional leaders, our president of the credit union, Kathy Pace, and our chief strategy officer, Rick Leander, celebrating an employee, and this is our wheel of prizes, and so they love it because we're giving them something to spin and be rewarded for. In the model, the second part is the process. The strategy behind the process is to really identify efficiencies. So when we look at the touch points, when we've gone through our flagship location, we're looking at what we're doing very efficiently and where we have room for improvement. And what that's done is developed internal process improvement as well as external process improvement. This takes us to our second spoke, the spoke of outstanding member service. What does that behavior mean in a legacy? It means we're talking with our members, and we get data from a number of data points, which we're going to look at in a moment. But the most important thing is that we have created a formal process, a process for compliments and complaints. What we're doing is taking the complaints and identifying thematic issues. And if there are opportunities from these themes, then we're obviously using them as educational tools to then return and improve our consistency and our efficiency with our members. What else we're doing with our members are the member surveys, and we're going to look at the power of them from a bottom line result. And the third piece is we're expanding into the role of social media. Last strategy was around procedures, the third part of the model. The part here was take all of our procedures and align them to member experience. So it's so important that what you're doing from a process and procedure standpoint aligns to your member experience. And we're doing that again with empowerment, so we have to have consistency without rigidity. To wrap up in the three P's, the third is performance. So let's talk about the bottom line results. I mentioned to you earlier that culture drives results, and we said we had a hypothesis that could support it through the project. Well, here are the results. From a quantitative measurement, again, expanding the role of social media, you can get feedback from Twitter. I caution you before this goes up, Twitter is raw and uncensored. So, one member loves us, and we do appreciate it for it, but their reason is for not liking a B-A-N-K, as the lady said last night. And then another member, we tickled her fancy. So, we'll take it. We tickled the member's fancy on Twitter, and she's sharing that love with others. We get feedback from letters. And this letter said to Mr. Keener, "Thank you for making a not-so-great experience so much better." And that's what it's all about. Again, taking compliments and replicating them and rewarding them through recognition, and taking complaints and turning those around. We now have a lifelong member with this particular situation. And we use Facebook. Facebook is so powerful. There's so much you can gather there as long as you're mindful and you're responding to what the members have to say. But as CEOs in this room, you're probably wanting to know, what are the quantitative measurements? Give me some of those bottom line hard fact results. Well, we've got them. When we do member surveys, our members are telling us from this point last year to today, our improvement through all of our member data gathering. The one I'd like to highlight is Net Promoter. Net Promoter is our loyalty score. And our members in 1 year have increased their our loyalty index by 6%. So we know they're referring us to their friends and family because of their member experience. And if you like those other hard numbers like loan growth, loan delinquency, or member growth, according to the Callahan report, compared to our peer group in 1 year, this is from as of June 30th, 2012, the significance of our improvement over the year. So again, we've been able to validate the value of member experience and the value of this project. So much so that 2013, our annual operating plan, our theme is the year of the member experience. So I'm tickled pink about this theme. We have taken the strategy that we've used in this project and we're turning it into a member centricity strategy throughout our enterprise. We have CUES, we have a credit union, and we have an investment group. And all groups are going to come forward and embrace the year of the member experience and help us replicate the model, take what we've learned in this project, and expand it throughout the enterprise. And this also places a continued value on our culture. Now you may say, okay, you've seen successes, and I hear where you're going. Does it work for everybody? Well, it even works outside the industry. You think about it. Archie Manning today talked about passion. He talked about the value of passion in football, and we know how passionate football fans are. It's also about that passionate commitment from a famous man, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the innovator and the famous businessman, said, it's the passionate commitment it takes. So at a Legacy, we believe our passion, our purpose, and our performance are truly going to provide us that competitive advantage, the thing that sets us apart from others. And the neat thing is, this is, again, something you can use at your credit union. It can be taken away for anybody who wants to live out that mission and help the member make smart financial choices. All of us are people helping people, and the greatest thing is this is for generations hopefully to come. So I thank you.
Well done, Ashley. She had warned me before that she might faint, but she did not, so I'm very thankful.
Just watch out.
Well, let's start with Desireen.
Just to comment, Ashley, wonderful project, something that I believe that all credit unions should pattern. Congratulations.
Thank you, Desireen. I appreciate it.
Well, and let's go to Patrick.
Thank you. Once again, just really appreciate the presentation. You know, really at the heart of this presentation at the beginning was the people within the organization. And as we know, cultural change can be very tough. And, you know, people inherently don't like change. So what were some of the hurdles you faced internally, and how did you overcome that?
Patrick, thank you for that question. I have been working on our culture change along with our CEO and our leadership since 2007. So what we say, and if Mike Neal's in the room today, he's been an instrumental part of this as well, it is an evolution, not a revolution. And that's so important because with any change, you have to help ensure everybody understands the value of the change and is part of embracing the change. Will you have people who are opposed? Absolutely. And at that point, you have to identify what's most important. And we have made a decision at a Legacy that you could be the most technologically advanced person in the company. But if you don't exhibit the behaviors of our synergy wheel or aren't willing to be coached and mentored to get there, a Legacy just may not be the location for you. So I think at the end of the day, as long as you're truly committed, and it starts with leadership at the top, and you're willing to be patient and recognize it's not going to happen overnight, if this is the direction you're headed, you can have great success with it. Thank you.
And Dee Dee.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't faint. Good job.
I didn't faint. The baby helped me.
Absolutely, absolutely. He does you good. So much here. I appreciate it. I was curious for you, what was something that was unexpected in the qualitative or the quantitative data?
I am so pleased with our results. I mean, obviously, I felt the efforts would be seen in the bottom line results because we did believe in the hypothesis. And we've seen successes with our culture for the last 6 years because we've seen people join our team, people coming from peer credit unions who wanted to be part of the team, and also the local banks who people want to come because they've started here. And when we ask a new hire, why'd you join? So often we hear, we looked at your website and the culture got us there. So what it shows me is I knew there was value in it, but what these numbers show me is it's also tied to performance. So for the CFOs who want to say, Ashley, help me understand why we're investing time and talent into these culture efforts, I can now show not just a little bit of improvement, but significant improvement. Improvement within, and then also improvement compared to our peers. So I think all the numbers have pleasantly surprised me because the sizable difference in the number improvement is greater than I ever anticipated in 1 year.
Nice. Thank you. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Well, let's hear it